I'm a child of divorce, and I think I go back to when that divorce happened. I was dealing with a lot at that time, although I was a kid and I didn't really take too much stock of it because I was too busy being a child. As I got older, I just realized how much of that situation led me down a very dark path. I was a very depressed child. I was a depressed teenager. And I just thought of it as, oh, I'm down sometimes, but sometimes I'm up. It's great. I know how to deal with this. I just became so used to living that way up until that time when I tried to take my own life. I was living through misery, but just thinking, this is normal, and essentially it got to the lowest point. And, I've just been picking up myself from there.
Yeah, it's got to be tough, man. I know we all go through stuff. We all go through really hard times, but we don't really know what those hard times are for each other unless we actually open up about it. So I'm really thankful that you got super hammered after you tried to do that and messaged a bunch of us about that. That's important. And if we really break that down, we're not telling people like, hey, try to commit suicide, but don't go full throttle with it. And then just drink yourself silly and text a bunch of people that you did that thing. But that was one of the best things that you could have done, to be able to actually tell people like, hey, this is what's going on. And it's funny because I've heard before that alcohol is a truth serum. And I think we all kind of experience that in different ways where like certain things will come out because your inhibitions are down and all of that. But it seems like that was kind of trying to get out of you. So did you feel better even getting that out?
Yeah, I've tried multiple times in my life, but this was the one time, like I always did it in private. I didn't want anyone to know because it would be a sign of I failed at life if people knew that that's where I was. But this time it was just, after I got incredibly intoxicated, I was just like, I got to let everybody know. I mean, I was finally crying for help because I don't ask for help. And in the past year, I've learned asking for help is a very good thing to do. It doesn't mean I'm a failure. It just means, how am I going to learn? How am I going to grow if I can't ask for help? And this was my first cry for help, and it put me on a very positive path.
So think of how many people are out there that are going through stuff and they don't want to go from that bridge to cross over to getting help. And there's like that delta of difference where they're like, I'm not sure I want to talk to people. How did you manage your mindset in that moment of, I have to get this out, I have to have the conversation? And I'm talking about the day after, when you were sobering up and you're like, it's out there and now we need to have these things.
Oh, I felt like utter crap the day after because I had, let's be honest, 27 units of alcohol, which isn't normal for anybody. So I won't go into it, but 27 units of alcohol on the 27th month of February. After 27 years of drinking, I got really into the number 27, by the way. So yeah, I felt like crap that time, but I had support. Unfortunately, there are some people who feel like they don't have anybody backing them. But me, when I let everybody know what had happened to me, I had all the support. One of my best friends took me to the hospital along with my wife. I would say they were understanding. It's not really not an easy thing to grasp, knowing that somebody you love is trying to do such a terrible thing to themselves. But, just knowing I had that support really was the booster that I needed to go forward, especially when I got to the crisis center. And, it was a crisis center, but one of the best weeks of my life, I got to say.
Why was that?
Because when I got in there, they said, you can go to your room, just take your time whenever you're ready to join us. And I was like, no, I'm here to get help. So I did not stay in my room. I didn't have anything really, but I just went straight for the recreation room and I met with the people who were there, talked to them about their stories and stuff. I was just like, I went to every class that they had. I participated. I was just like, I need to get better. I got a call from my sister. She was crying. She was just like, dude, you need help? And I was just like, yeah, I definitely need to get better. So I've been hyper focused on not getting myself to that low point again. and you know, the people I met in the hospital, I got to know as friendly. I wouldn't be friends with them outside because we've all gone through some things together. But, you know, some people are really, really at their lowest point, and me and maybe several other people just lifted a bunch of people up during that week. And I felt bad I had to go, but I was just like, I can't take you guys home with me. I have to leave, and you guys will get better in your own time. But, you know, that was my experience in the hospital in a nutshell.